All right, guys, my apologies in advance if I sound a little self-righteous in parts of this video. That's not my intention. And then, obviously, I'm not trying to come off as a subject matter expert on content creation because clearly I'm not selling out any venues here on YouTube. But I did want to talk about something that even me, as someone who makes videos once in a while, kind of feels when I'm making a video. Um, and that's kind of this weird paradox that is content creation and the current algorithm driven YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, all that stuff. Because from my perspective, creating content, whether it be a commentary, a montage, a song, it should be a very personal endeavor. You're expressing either your humor, your ability to mesh clips with music and blend it in a way that resonates with, I don't know, whatever you're feeling in that moment, or a commentary talking about something that matters to you. I feel like those should come from like a genuine place, but I think we can all tell that there is a very strict meta, I guess you could say, on all these platforms currently. And when you get to the top of the food chain, you'll see that a lot of the content looks the same. They're all kind of, I mean, not to be rude, but it's a lot of the same stuff, just packaged a little differently. Not to say that the top creators aren't obviously very talented or humorous, or like they clearly climbed the ladder for a reason, but along the way, it all kind of turns into the same thing. You'll see that with the titles, the thumbnails, the cadence of the videos. I'm kind of thinking to myself, at what point, as you're trying to gain popularity on the internet, whatever your craft is, at what point are you just following a script or like a TikTok template where you do the goofy thumbnail, you do the overused titles, and not to say I don't indulge in some of these. Yeah, I have to. You got to play the game to some extent, unfortunately. It's at what point are you just putting your content that once was personal to you on the conveyor belt? You package it up, and then it just turns into the same thing that everyone else is making on the other end. And I get these videos in my recommended sometimes, smaller creators, and they're trying to make their thumbnails look exactly like the big creators. They're doing like the hands on their head, like OMG face, titles in all caps, and I'm like, if that's where you're starting, it's like, I don't know, like, what is the point of creating if the end goal is just, I don't know, the result? You want to be a big Call of Duty creator, you want lots of subscribers, you want this and that, but when you're so blatantly following that script and just trying to be exactly like the people that have already done it and completely devoid of your own personality, is there not a part of you that does not bother you a little bit? And that's not to say, obviously, if I see someone succeeding or doing something well, it makes sense to take some notes. But I don't know, the concept of the algorithm and the way you have to play it as if it is a game. You put your stuff in and hope it gets spit out to the masses. It just, something about that does bother me. Obviously, in a perfect world, you create from a very personal place with your own taste, your own style, this and that. Someone just decides to give you a bunch of money for it, you get famous or whatever. That's just not realistic, because the more niche you go, the more introspective and kind of personalized your content is, obviously the less people it's going to appeal to. But the thing that kind of bothers me, I mean, obviously this is not an issue I've had, but when you look at guys like, I don't know, the Burnt Peanut, not bashing on him or anything, but if you're pulling in 60,000 viewers per stream, or literally everyone likes you, at what point does that mean you're doing something wrong? Not to get too philosophical, but I want to create content and I want people to like it, but I don't think we should be striving for everyone to like what we create, which is a weird place, especially because a lot of people do this stuff for a living. They need to make it as palatable as possible. It's easy for me to say that considering I don't make money off of YouTube. It's not my source of income, but Yeah, at what point do you have to give up a part of yourself to keep growing? And I think I say this because I can tell when I myself am putting on an act or not being genuine with others, and it makes me feel a little bit gross. So when I'm making a video or whatever it is I'm doing, let's say in the instance it gets a little attention, I would have to ask myself, is this version of me something I could continue to do? Is this something I could sustain, and is this what I want to be known for? Um, and that's something you gotta wrestle with. So let me know if this resonated with any of you. If you guys are having similar thoughts, or you're trying to make content but you're kind of in that algorithm struggle. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and that you have a great rest of your day.